So the first thing I'm seeing as far as like problems with the personality test is like the people aren't understanding the terms or the questions.
Big time.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, I do that. Like, hey, do you really know what the person is asking here? Do you really know what's going on there? It's like it's so quick to just jump to, I already know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is what's happening, right? Another one is the test maker is fucking with you. And so it's like there was a good video that Kate from Type Match did where she's like, watch this, I'll game the personality.
Yeah, you can
16.
trick the test.
Yeah, so if you know, like, okay, I see with this question they're trying to pin me down on saying introvert, extrovert, because I think she was saying like the 16 one was actually like a Big Five test or whatever. So it's
it
like,
is easy to
you
mess
can
with.
figure out, if you look beyond the
Completely.
curtain, you can figure out what the test taker is trying to angle you towards.
And whether you know you're consciously doing that or unconsciously doing that, you'll be able to figure it out very quickly of like, oh, they want to hear that I'm an extrovert. I don't even see myself as an extrovert, so I'm going to trick the test.
Right. Are you curious and imaginative? Like, ooh, that's going to mean that I'm intuitive dominant, so I'm going to say yes to that one. So the test taker the test maker is fucking with you, and then you're fucking with them.
Yes, completely.
People jump to their strong memories of themselves, as we were saying about the subjective view of self.
Yeah.
Oh, this one time I did this one thing, that's me, done. Boom, next.
Completely.
Yeah. People think it's an either or, not both, or a spectrum.
Okay, that one I want to talk about. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Like the first question there, people don't understand the terms. And largely it's because they think it is so black or white. Like I've gotten so many times lately, like the biggest thing lately is like, I can't possibly be blast first because everyone tells me I'm a good listener.
Right.
I'm sorry. What? Like,
I know. Like,
what? Like, okay, how many words do I need to put in the definition of blast to convey, of course you can be a good listener and a blast? Like, what? Like, but that's exactly what happens is I obviously suck at listening if I'm lead blast. Like, no, it's not that
the
black or white.
personality test, they play off of the urges, off of the stereotypes, off of the grunt think. Me, and there's no like, okay, put this thought down, put this thought down, put this thought down, and now get them to all work together. That's scientific method shit. There's no gene for scientific method. There's no gene for understanding binary coins. That takes work.
Yeah.
And the thing with these personality test type thinking is that it's so fast, it's so easy, it's so fun, it's just a bunch of grunts, and then let the test do the thinking for you. And so who fucking cares?
Because the problem is it's coming after the core. If you are not going, why are you doing that? Why are you being a good listener right now in this moment while you are subjectively paying the fuck attention? Why? What is the human need that your brain is trying to get in that moment when you are being a good listener? Maybe you have to listen to the person because you're double activated play and you're like, I have to be here in this moment for that person so I can help them and I can give them a plan
maybe
that
you're
I
in a
can
consume swing or whatever.
Who knows? What is the meaning behind and underneath it?
It's hard. Another one is general terms that apply to everyone. Kind of pretty obvious there. Low consistency with self when taken a year later or with other tests. And that's the thing, like when science steps in, they're like, look, you idiots can say all you want. You're this type, that type, I took this test, but like science won't touch us with a 10-foot pole because it's like
it's so inconsistent.
There's no consistency. No one's getting anything the same of themselves when they test a year later or a different test. Or whatever. And unlike real science, you have to have a trained staff or practitioners. Like, would you take your car in and be like, well, let me take a personality test and be like, is my car making a bra 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 noise? Oh, it kind of is. Yes, says me. Is it leaking oil? I don't know. I see some weird stuff down there, but no, I don't think that's oil. Is oil expensive? Yeah. Oh, then it's definitely not oil. I don't want to have oil. What's the best, coolest problem to have? Like, is that how you take a test?
Right.
Is that how you diagnose a car? Is that how you go do a doctor? Your doctor's like, I don't know. Well, here's a test.
Just go to WebMD. That's how you...
just fill out whatever the fuck you want. You're
Anything you say, cancer, done.
Unfortunately, like, it's funny because, like, if you really want personality to be scientific, then you have to, the first thing you got to let go of is the damn test. Because how the hell are you going to know what's wrong with your car if you fill out a questionnaire or same with a doctor's office, let alone your own fucking psychological makeup?
Right, but that's the problem. That is the problem. And I feel like that's why what we are saying right now is such a threat to the human. Because every person wants to believe in their soul, in their blood, that they know themselves the best.
Right.
And if they can't subjectively trust self, then what do they have?
That's it.
That feels like it knocks your knees out. Like, that is what is so terrifying. Obviously, I've been with me my whole life. I've been paying attention, and I can see all of reality. And I can
see,
yeah, and it is terrifying to believe that you actually see only a teensy percentage of what you've been doing.
Because the core problem is subjectivity.
Right.
You have your type, your upbringing, your point of view, and you're so crack addicted. And we're all crack addicted to that point of view, and that's what's going on in our world. Like, it's so much more extreme than we thought. Like, people have been saying this for hundreds of years. Oh, you have your projection of reality, and you make your reality. Like, you have no idea how fucking real that is
right.
until you're like tracking it in the data. You're like, oh my God, this is way worse than anybody ever thought.
I know.
And like, there's no way that you can see or think or feel your way out of it because you're believing your own silly bullshit. So the problem is subjectivity. So whether you're this type or that type, it doesn't matter.
Right,
you're still a subjective ass either way.
Right.
The answer is universal. The answer is objectivity. When we're looking at people that come through our typing system or whatever, it's like the ones that are doing good, they have something objective in their life.
Yeah.
Everyone else that's drowning in the shit bin, nothing objective.
Right.
Nothing objective. Nothing to say, hey, how can we as a team hold each other accountable in 3 months from now?
Right.
Is that relationship going to get better? Is that job going to get better? Is that health? Well, I'll work on it, and I don't think so. And I'm like, okay, see you in 3 months.
Right.
Nothing changes.
Completely.
Versus the other group, they're like, I've got to get something done. I've got to get somewhere.
Right.
I got to make something objective. Of course, I'm going to be subjective. And so that's got to be the movable.
Right.
And then focusing in not on the fucking functions or the letters or all the silly shit that everybody else wants to work on. It is really the Tony Robbins human needs. That's what we're seeing.
Yes. Okay. So let me talk about this. So the self, let's say you are tribe above self, but right now you are in a tidal wave and you're being a selfish ass and you're in the darkest state and you're fucking everybody over. Okay. So you're doing both wrong. You're doing tribe wrong and you're doing self wrong. You're being a needy ass and overdoing tribe, and then you go in a swing and now you're a selfish ass. Like, you're doing both wrong. Honestly, who the hell cares which one you have above the other one? You need to do them both right. You need to genuinely actually be like, how are you doing? I need to triangulate with you. I need to find out where I'm being a bullshitter, and I actually want to know.
Yeah.
Can you help me actually make the right decision here? Because I'm going to mess it up.
Yeah.
And you also need to build value into self. Ask self, what am I doing? How am I doing it? I need to be responsible for giving my own self value, my own self credit for the things that I am doing, not waiting for somebody else to compliment me, actually building things in my own opinion of self that I value, that I think is going to make me a better person.
Yeah.
And when you build up that value of your own self, you're growing, and then you have something to give when you get back over here. Who cares which one you have as a savior? You're probably fucking up both of them. You're probably being a selfish ass and then swinging and being a needy idiot, or vice versa.
Right.
Either way, you have to do both of those right. And same thing here. You know, the amount of times I've heard, I'm a planner from an EP. It's like, hold on a second. How much are you considering this actually planning? I gathered shit. I wrote a shit list, and that's me planning.
Right, yeah,
Careful. Like, actually do both of these right. You have to genuinely narrow your shit down. Stop gathering every single option before you can narrow shit down.
And the way that you find out whether you're doing it right or not is if you get the unlock in reality.
Yeah.
Are you getting some progress in these goals, in these areas? That's how you know you're doing it right.
Is your family actually genuinely growing and happy?
This test or that test or this type of that, that's subjective checking.
Yeah.
Check the progress. Are you actually making progress in these areas?
Right. Are you happy? And is your tribe happy? If they are not and you are not, you are fucking up both of these. Probably.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're doing this one or that one first. Like, I don't even care. You're probably messing up both.
It really doesn't matter, we're seeing.
Right. And if you have a chaotic life where you're constantly running around and you feel fear and anxiety about what's coming, like, you're probably messing up both. You're probably not seeing enough. You're probably not understanding enough. You're probably taking shit out of context. So it's like setting yourself okay, if I am still having this problem a month from now, on this date, on the 1st, I'm a bullshitter and I need to stop and adjust and actually triangulate. Ask the tribe, how do you see I'm being a bullshitter? Whatever it takes to actually solve the problem in reality. Find ways to catch yourself. Who cares what you subjectively see of self, but my opinion of self, is it coming to fruition in reality?
That's the scientific method.
Let's go through. I'm going to show you how to game the system on this one, but you can pretty much game any MBTI test because you see exactly what they're asking and what method they're using. So in taking this test, I am going to show you how to get the most popular mistype in all of the MBTI community and the type everybody thinks they are and wants to be, INFJ. So let's do it. First question, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Okay, I'm trying to be an introvert, so I'm going to disagree. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. All right, this is a trait openness question, so they're trying to determine if I am N or S. I want to be N, so I'm going to agree. That is conscientiousness, J or P. You rarely feel insecure. That's neuroticism, A or T. All right, let's go see our results. Boom, boom, boom. And look at that. I am an INFJ who is turbulent, just like I thought. All right, so let's check out my scores. And I'm looking at this like a game. So I got 100%, 95%, 100%, 83%. Must have missed a couple in there. you know, when you get this, make sure that you actually do your research and aren't just confirming the bias that it gives you. I don't care how much like this resonates with you, you relate with it, it definitely could be wrong.